What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Siege Training. My name is Eating Things, and you're watching Less Than Rhetorical, a channel that is dedicated to helping you to level up in the game of Rainbow Six Siege. Today we're talking about droning. Droning is a very important skill that is unique to this game and something that you're going to use every time you play the game of Rainbow Six Siege. We're going to talk all about how to drone. We're going to talk about when to drone. We're going to talk about flank cams. And I'm going to try to give you some tips maybe you didn't know, such as leapfrogging and cam counts. And so we'll get right into it. So let's talk about, first of all, it depends on whether or not you're playing solo, whether or not you're actually solo queuing in the game, or if you're playing in a team, as to how you drone. It does depend. It is a little bit different. And let me explain why. Your drone is a very, very powerful tool. And losing your drone can be devastating. If you play this right, each of your drones will equal a kill. And that's 2 kills around that you have that are free because you have 2 drones. Each operator starts with 2. If you play an operator like Yana, or say Twitch or Brava, you might be able to multiply that sum as well and assist your team in getting other kills. But each drone should equal a kill, and if you think about this, it's a little bit more than just a kill. It gets you map control as well, which helps you to be able to set up for an execute. And we'll talk about how that happens, but you can tell that drones are very, very important. And so if you are solo queuing, you want to make sure that in the prep phase, you're not losing your drone. A lot of people will take their drone and they'll run right into the prep phase, drive it straight into the map, not have any care whatsoever in droning, sort of like I'm doing right now. They'll jump around a bunch, make themselves loud, drive into the site, get their drone shot, and they've seen nothing. That's not efficient, and it's not safe droning. Droning? Is droning a thing? I don't know where that came from, droning. Instead, utilize the map to protect your drone. You can see that I can get information with my drone the same way I would get information with my body when I would quick peek a room. I can do the same thing. I can pie a room with my drone just like I can pie a room with my body. This is safe droning. This is checking for information while quietly, not jumping around the room, not jumping everywhere and making noise, but quietly moving through the map and seeing what information exists. As a solo queue individual, you have to understand your drone is very important. You can't just drive it into sight and waste it. That said, there are times that you're going to need site information, and we'll tell you how to do that here in just a second. If you've got a team working with you, though, things become much different. All right, so what do I do with my first drone? If I'm solo queuing, my first drone is to get me safely into the map. I can usually hear where the site is or drive around close to where a site is and maybe hear someone running above and be like, okay, I hear someone above here, which means I know the site is upstairs. So therefore, I'm going to use my drone to put it into a place where I can get into the map. I hear someone downstairs. Okay, I'm not going to just drive my drone down here and say, well, I heard them, but let me go look. Are they down here? Are they here? Oh, look, there's somebody setting up a freezer. Oh, my drone's shot. And that's it. If I came down in here and I saw these 2 walls were reinforced, or one of the 2 walls was reinforced, I'd drive my drone away because I know they're set up in freezer, and that is where the push is going to be. So your first drone, save it. Make sure to get as much information as you can during the prep phase, but save your first drone. Some people like to leave it in spawn. I'm not a big fan of leaving your drone in spawn. I like driving it in and getting at least some information, but be careful with your drone. so that it can be the drone that helps you to get into the first area of the map that you need to get into. Personally, I like something called pre-placed drones. Pre-placed drone is an area of the map where you can place a drone and get large amounts of information while the drone itself is relatively safe, not very easy to see, and it gives you information on an area that you eventually will be pushing. So my drone right here, I mean, you can see it if you're looking for it, but how many people are looking for that drone there? That's an example of a pre-placed drone. I could put it up here, and it might be a little less visible, maybe a little bit more. I could put it up here. That's a little bit more visible. But the best spot is if you can get it up on top of this TV. If you can get your drone, which I'm terrible at doing it, which is why I always put it like down underneath down there. That's actually a much better spot. Wow, that's a really good spot. Check that out, guys. You can barely even see that drone down there. So that's my new favorite drone spot. That's how I'm going to do this from now on. I'm just going to roll it under here. I'm glad I looked at those. So you can hide your drone in a certain place of the map. And the goal of a pre-placed drone is to give you information on an area that you're going to enter. For me, I want to enter this window. So I want to know, is there anybody up here? Is there anybody down here? Is there anybody over here? Is there anybody in this room? Is there anybody in this hallway? Is there anybody in this shower? Is there anybody back playing in this dining room over here? Is there anybody playing over here? All of that is useful information for me if I'm going to enter over there where I can do wallbang from, you know, right here. If I want to enter right there. So I want that information. This one drone that I pre-placed gives me all of the information because it's a cutoff. So it's not only a pre-placed drone, but it's also managing what's called a cutoff. A cutoff is you're cutting off half of the map or a portion of the map. No one can get to this side of the map over here without walking through this doorway here or this doorway here. That is the only way that a defender, besides rotating outside the map and then popping into, like, you can exit the big window upstairs here, and you can go around outside the map and jump into small tower, but no one's going to do that. No one is going to do this because they'll be seen and everyone would know that they went up here and they'd hunt them down. So the only way to get over in this area of the map is by going through one of these two doors. And so this one drone that I pre-placed here is cutting off this area of the map. And I now have a cutoff. I'm able to sit on this drone and hold this and know nobody is over on this side of the map. I know now this side of the map is safe and I can hop in. It's even better if you can get a teammate to sit on this drone. So the difference between solo play and team play is when you're droning as a team, you can watch for other people and you can cut the map off for other people and allow them to enter into certain areas of the map. As your support players, if you watched my prior video, your support players can use their drones to support the fraggers, or the entry fraggers, as they enter into a certain area of the map and gain map control and get set up. Then the fraggers can take positions that can prevent other people from taking that map control back, and the fraggers can hold that map control while the support players rotate in. If you're making a push, say down freezer to attack the bomb site that's in the basement, this is a great way to take this side of the map. Now, what do I do with my first drone after I've entered into this side of the map and I've got map control? If I know this is clear, and I've been able to take this map control here. I'm probably not going to push up this way because I don't know that that's clear. So I'm going to push up this way because I know this is clear, and I can push up this far, take out the camera, but I'm not going to peek this angle right here because someone might be shooting at me. They might be here, so I'm going to passively hold right here. Now I can take my first drone, and I can move my first drone, and this can now take a quick little look. Is anybody looking at me? Anybody going to kill me from over here? Now I've got information on this area right here. And I can leave this drone here. This will become my flank drone. So my first drone becomes my flank drone. Now in team play, when somebody dies, and you're not solo queued, and they aren't just going to TikTok as soon as they died, or some other, they're sitting on their phone as soon as they die. As a team, the first person who dies needs to get on the drones. They can now watch your flank, while the other people can continue to work the map control. So that's the goal of having a flank drone. Flank drones are so immensely important in the game of Rainbow Six Siege. If you do this right, your back is always going to be protected. Always have your first drone be your flank drone. Again, that's why you want to protect your first drone. Now, I've got 2 drones, so what do I do with the second drone? Okay. So if my first drone's used to get me into the map and get me information on the map, and then I can set it up as my flank watch, my second drone is now the drone that I can drone up with. This here is called leapfrogging. Leapfrogging is where I go from one drone to the next. So I'm checking my flank. I've got no one coming on my flank. I know I'm clear to move up. I can now move up. I gotta watch this here because that could be unclear now, even though I looked there. That might be where somebody might come from. And now I'm safe. Now, I can check my flank again, and I'm gonna reset my flank drone. My flank drone is now gonna be at a spot where I can see my whole flank. Maybe I put my flank drone here, because now I can see my flank a little bit better from here. Maybe I just leave it where it was. I mean, I've left it here very frequently, but I want to reset my flank drone, continuing to check my front, and now I'm going to leapfrog up. Okay, leapfrog is where you jump over and, you just continue to leap, right? One frog over the next frog, and then that frog over the next frog, and then so forth. Well, I'm doing that with my drones, essentially. I'm using each of them to kind of move me around the map and continue to watch my flank. So I'm watching my flank with my one drone. With my other drone, I'm droning up. And now I'm looking here and seeing, okay, well, there's nobody holding freezer here for me. So I know that I'm safe to push up into freezer. So I'm going to go ahead and take this map control now. Okay, so that's just the basics here of how I would use this. Now, I would never do this part here, but just for an example, if I wanted to, I could move my flank drone down here. The reason why I would never do this is because there's no reason for me to have a flank drone this close to me when they could flank me from above. I mean, and I'm not going to eventually push in here and then push somewhere else. I'm probably going to take this wall right here as my team and then push in and try to get a plant right here if the basement is the site we're working at. But this is just an example, so just understand that you would continue to move your drones around. So your first drone, the goal of your first drone is to get you into the map, allow you to be able to see what's in the map, allow you to be able to get your very first pick, because you can pick off a roamer using your first drone. I can't tell you how many times I've used that drone in a team dynamic where somebody moves into kitchen or dining, rather, and this drone was a pre-placed drone, and they're over there thinking that they've got the advantage and they're going to surprise someone, and they're standing, you know, over in this area here, and all I have to do is look at them with my drone and call out that they're waiting for you over, and then I give them a ping, and then they peek out and get just destroyed by somebody who's either already on the door or holding an angle from the window. I can't tell you how many kills I've gotten of people trying to roam on this side of the map by simply having my first drone in the right position. So if you do it right, your drone will give you a kill. Your team can execute on that drone information and get that kill. You can even execute on that information and get that kill. Your second drone then is to help you drone up into sight. It's to help you get information as to how the site is set up. So going back to having information about the site, where's my other drone? Oh, I think I picked it up. If I've got my flank drone here and it's watching my flank, I'm trying to get into this door right here. This is not a great example because it'd be a better example if we could breach this wall. Oh, no, the site is here and okay. Okay. Tell you what, let's get a better example. Let's go up to the site that's upstairs. You could do it with this site, but I think this will be a more useful example for you guys. Let me grab these drones. Let's go upstairs. If I was to push upstairs, my first drone would actually be here, sitting right outside here, watching to see if anyone's going to rotate up from the basement, up these stairs, rotate through split, up these stairs, rotate back from white stairs, up these stairs. I'm watching my flank. It's my flank watch drone. Now that I've gained map control that I need. You're usually going to breach this wall right here, and you're going to go in through here on a normal push. So my second drone is now going to be the drone that I use to drone into sight. I want to see what's their setup look like. What do they have? You know, this could help me see the Cade claws if I need to clear that. I could use this drone to see, like, are there zombie barriers? I'm not just going to drive it out in the middle of the open here and get it shot again, like I'm doing right now. I'm going to just do it quietly. You know, maybe I slide in here, look around kids. Maybe I look, see who's in attic. Maybe I take a look. Is there a frost mat sitting over here or a frost mat sitting there randomly? Is there anybody in attic? Is there anybody playing the rotate? Is there anybody playing over here somewhere that could kill me when I enter in? My second drone gives me information on the site after the wall has been breached. Once I've got that information, now I can act on the execute. You know, with the right information, I can come in and execute with a plan. But you could also use your second drone to be able to get kills as well. If you had to, and your second drone gets shot, oh, I'm gonna flash myself. That's not gonna be pretty. Ignore that I did that. If your second drone gets shot, you can rotate your first drone around to see where they moved to, where did they reposition to be able to get that kill. I hope this gives you an example of how to drone efficiently. In a team environment, there's a thing called wasting a drone. Wasting a drone is where, like, say you have a Twitch or a Zofia or a Grim or Brava or Yana, they can all get information without their drones. Like Zofia with her stuns or Grim with his bees. Brava and Twitch both have extra drones, and Yana has unlimited clones. They can get you information so you can play off of, like, gaining map control or getting information on the site later. So why not with them use your first drone to get into sight and see how everybody's set up. Getting into sight with your first drone is a waste of the drone because it will get shot, but this allows you to play what's called counter siege. Counter siege is, or counter picking siege, is where you pick your operators based on what the defense is doing. So if the defense is bringing, say, a bunch of wall denial, maybe now I bring Thatcher because I'm counter picking to the defense. Or if they're leaving a gap over on one side of the map where they're not putting any utility, maybe we rush and we play rush. And we grab rush operators to counterpick their play. That's counterpick siege. And it's a great way to utilize your information using your drones. And then, of course, if your drone survives, maybe it's able to become a useful drone later in the round, and maybe it can become a flank watch drone for your dead teammates to watch, right? So just a couple of things to remember. Pre-placed drones, cut-off drones where they can cut off angles, and leapfrogging with your drones. Those are great things to help you out with your gameplay. The one last tip that I will give you, and this is for team play, notice when I go to my drone, my left and right bumpers, and it may be different on mouse and keyboard, but your left and right bumpers will switch between your drones. If I was watching someone with my drone and I saw, oh, look at this person, they're playing an aggressive angle right here, they're trying to get a spawn peek, and I know that I've got a teammate over here, I can watch this drone and have my teammate come over here and shoot through the wall and kill this person. But what if I don't have a teammate there? If I don't have a teammate there and it's me who's here and I want to shoot through the wall and kill this person, well, it's hard for me to do that without, I could get off my drone and then, well, maybe they moved by the time that I get here. So in order for me to know for certain that they didn't move and to shoot them, I would have my teammate hop on my drone. You can do this by saying, hey, can you get on my drone? But if both your drones are active, then which drone do they get on? They don't necessarily know which drone is the right drone. You might have a teammate who's like, yeah, I'm on your drone. I'm watching your drone. I don't see anything. So here's how you help distinguish between that. This is, I like to call it, just knowing the drone count. Just the cam counts. And the way that you do this is you look down at the bottom, you see the two circles that I'm switching between on the bottom left of my screen when I hit my left and right bumpers. Those two circles, the first one is drone count 1. The second one is the second cam count. So can you hop on drone 1? Can you hop on drone 2? That can help your team to quickly find the drone that you're on. If there was 5 of these here, I'd say, hey, hop on cam 2. And they'd hop on cam 2. Hey, hop on cam 1. They'd hop on cam 1. And they can see, all right, can you ping that guy for me? Just watch that guy and ping. All right, thank you. He's dead. And that's that. And that is how you gain, you turn a single piece of utility in the game of Rainbow Six Siege into instant free kills that are risk-free. Shoot the radios, boys and girls. Enjoy the rest of your time playing Siege.
15 seconds
remaining. The best game ever. And thank you very much for watching this channel. I really do appreciate the support. I'm trying to increase my subscribers here. So I'm on the push, I'm on the move. If you like this type of content, please hit like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.
You're out of time.
Thanks for watching.